real news. They give you the fake news. We're giving you the real news right here at EKM Media Group and Associates. Things are happening all over the globe. And as things are going on, you need to know the truth about what's happening in your city, your state, and your community. You can get the truth right here at Fake Real News, right here on EKM Media Group and Associates. That is Fake Real News at EKM Media Group and Associates. Things are happening in and around your community. There's an outrage. You need to know the truth. Come and get the truth right here at Fake Real News.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fake Real News. Welcome to another episode of Fake Real News. We have a great broadcast. Oh, let me get back to where we're supposed to be. Hold on. Back it up. Back it up. There we go. Perfect. We have a great broadcast lineup for you this evening. We are going to talk about a lot of different topics. We actually have our correspondent from California that's going to be with us as well. We definitely have our correspondent from California that's going to be with us right here on Fake Real News. And but to start off, I want to go to Bishop and find out what's going on. Bishop, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. It's good to be able to be on this inaugural broadcast, Fake Real News, to bring reality to the forefront of what we're dealing with in the world today. Particularly during this election process, we really need to wake up and pay attention. And I think we can start off just talking a little bit what we have going on here in Georgia. Right now, through the early voting, we have had over 1 million people to go out and vote. Across the nation, it's been 14 million. So that means people are really taking it serious right now, this election, and who's going to represent us for the next 4 years. And we try to educate you as best as we possibly can. That's why this program is called Fake Real News. We're bringing the reality to those things that people seem to think are fake. Back to you, Raheem.
Good deal. We're going to go over to we having a look technical difficulty with our buttons there. Buttons are getting a little confused, but that's okay. But right now we're going to go to California. We're going to go to our correspondent in California and talk to Mr. Rodney Allen Rippey. Mr. Rodney Allen Rippey, how you doing, sir?
Good morning. How are you there, Raheem?
Doing good, sir.
All right. Good to be here with you. Well, we're looking at kicking off the news here. Just looking at basically the big news here in Southern California, the wildfires. I'm sitting here, I'm doing a little research. Cal Fire is reporting that nearly 9,000 firefighters are still on the front lines. It's been a terrible, terrible wildfire out here. 21 wildfires across the nation, 12 of which are still in.
Hold on just 1 second there, Rodney. Hold on just 1 second there. We got a little distortion going on. I want to find out what that distortion is that's going on right now, because I want to make sure everybody can hear exactly what it is that you're saying. And I think it has a lot to do. Let me working on a few things. Y'all bear with us for a second. I want to make sure that we have everything up and running properly so that everybody can hear everything that Rodney is saying. He's dropping some jewels on us, and I want to make sure that everybody can hear exactly what he's saying. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right back to Rodney right now, and hopefully I'm trying to figure out what the little discrepancy is. Let me see. We don't have that. We don't have that. We have that. Perfect. Fake Real News. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now I think this is what our issue is right here. So let me mute this right here. And perfect. I think this is what we need. So we're going to go back to Rodney. And sorry about that, Rodney. We had a little discrepancy with the sound. Can you hear me?
No problem. How's that? Is it cleared now? Okay, everything good?
Pick it back up for me.
Okay, well, hey, we're gonna do a redo here. Just reporting to you from Southern California, Fake Real News. Basically, Cal Fire, they are the authority on exactly what's happening here in Southern California with wildfires. Sadly, 9,000 firefighters are still on the front lines. There are 21 wildfires that are out of control still here in Southern California, 12 which are major incidences. The news said there is a red flag warning. That red flag means that there are enough high winds that are pushing these fires. It has been said that just the start of this year, there have been over 8,500 wildfires that have burned 4.1 million acres here in Southern California. It's been terrible. There have been 31 fatalities. 9,200 structures have been destroyed. These are very serious issues here in Southern California. That's why our governor is always pushing to tell that people need to make sure that they keep their burn areas cleared, because once a fire gets started, it's a very, very bad thing. I'm in communication with a gentleman who's working on a type of technology. A lot of times when these wildfires get going, there are incidences where the fires start racing up the utility poles, and then they cause these things to actually surge. These transformers surge down the line and they start blowing up, and these things are setting more and more fires. And there's a gentleman that I know who actually has a technology that's going to actually help prevent these type of incidences, to be able to digitally shut down and close off these lines prior to these things happening. So there's a lot of people out there working very, very diligent to make changes that are going to help in disaster situations, floods, earthquakes, and now these fires. So that's the news basically right now. Our governor is doing everything he can to work with our fire crews. There are fire crews coming in from other states to actually help Southern California, and we're very thankful to have them. There's also some, volunteers. There's a lot of people on the front lines here in Southern California. Also, if there's bad air conditions here in Southern California for our, Fake Real News listeners, make sure that you take precautions. Try not to be out as much as you can. If you can see it in the air, you're going to be breathing it. So make sure that you be careful about that. And that's the update on the wildfires here.
Good deal. Good deal. Definitely appreciate you, Rodney. Definitely appreciate you, man. I want to talk to Bishop a second. Now, the fires over there in California, they're really taking over. And we here on the East Coast, we would never have to experience anything quite like that. How would we handle it, Bishop?
Well, we have trained individuals, men and women, who wear the uniforms of firefighters that are able to tackle some of the issues. Because California experienced such hardship due to lightning strikes or maybe some mismanagement of cigarette butts, it causes the domino effect. And the wind carries it and it begins to consume the entire area. But here in the East Coast, particularly in the Georgia area, we have never experienced anything of that magnitude. And fortunately, we haven't. But we do have professional individuals that really can take on that project and try to bring it under control. We always want to keep praying for those in California and other areas that have experienced that and do experience it quite often. But at the end of the day, they have, like I heard Rodney saying, they have about 9,000 men and women still out there in those areas trying to fight and combat that situation. It has nothing to do with global warming, first of all. And I want to make that clear. They're saying it has something to do with global warming. It has something to do with carelessness, or has something to do with natural causes. God, he sends out lightning strikes and then the fire starts, or the negligence of some individual. But global warming itself is a different story. So I don't want to confuse anybody, and I don't want to tie that into what we're dealing with the fires in California. But we do really need to be educated and not just grab hope to what they call fake news. Yes. They need to know and realize that, yes, this earth is getting closer to the sun as it evolves or as it revolves around its axis. We're dealing with issues that we really need to be paying attention to. And we need to be a little bit more careful how we throw our cigarette butts out the windows, or other things that we do that we think doesn't mean anything. But as it relates, I know for a fact that these men and women put their lives in jeopardy, the first responders, and they're trained very well on how to combat some of these issues. Back to you, Raheem.
Good deal. Good deal. There's a lot of things that's going on, man, and I'm working on a few things on this side here. I see I just lost my feed on the with Rodney here, but that's okay. We'll work this thing out as we go. Let me see. Here's something that's going on. Hold on here. The whole thing just went out on me for some kind of way. I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. We got a fake, huh? No. Okay, we have Rodney here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. Let me go back to Rodney.
Can you hear me there?
Rodney here, because Rodney, we having an issue here, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna come back to you until we get this rectified. Tell
Okay.
everybody about the town hall, the 2 town hall meetings in comparison to the meetings that were supposed to happen.
Well, also, I did want to put a little recap on if anybody wants to know the latest news as far as what's happening here in Southern California on the wildfires, they can go to www.fire.com. No, I'm sorry, excuse me, www.fire.ca.gov. That's fire.ca.gov. That's going to give you all the most up-to-date information on the California wildfires. As far as the town hall meetings, they're saying that ABC's ratings were actually higher than the NBC because it seemed that this debate was a little more in control. The first one was pretty wild, so the second one seemed to kind of settle down a little bit, and I'm hopefully the viewers and actually were able to kind of hear from both the candidates really, and to kind of start to move them towards their decision-making process. We're very close. November 3rd is going to be the election. Make sure that you check your ballots. If you've already voted, they do have systems where you can check to see if your vote has been counted. So make sure you look in on that. There's a lot going on, especially here in Southern California. I'm looking at USA Today, and USA Today USA Today is reporting the town hall ratings have Biden in an early lead. Again, that is reported from USA Today. There is a lot happening, and once there's a lot of people who are looking at this election and seeing how important it's going to be. Everybody's trying to figure out how would the rest of the year fare. A lot of people are very, very concerned that there have been reports that certain stimulus dollars are going to be cut off. People are very, very concerned for their families, and hopefully they're going to be able to get this thing straightened out because it is affecting a lot of people. There are 2 major questions that people are asking, during this, and that's going to be one of them. People are looking at COVID. People are looking at how things are going to be handled going forward, post the election. And so it's, people are saying that Biden and Trump are in 2 different worlds. So hopefully it will all come together for the betterment of the American people, our economy, our school, jobs. So it's going to be a very, very serious election. So make sure you get out there and vote. Make sure that you are reading all the initiatives and things like that, because it matters. Your vote does count. A lot of people feel like, well, what does it matter? It matters a lot, so make sure you get out and vote. And hopefully we're going to find out here just in a very few who's going to come out on top. Is it going to be Biden? Is it going to be Trump? A lot of people are saying, you hear both sides talking. So, I say, and also too, it's a good thing to, your personal preference for voting can really spar up some pretty nasty conversations with people. And I have a tendency to keep my communication to myself. Voting is a very private thing. You need to keep that to yourself, because I tell you, people get really heated one way or the other. So hopefully this election will come down to some very, very serious issues, and hopefully it's going to benefit the new president or sitting president. We're going to see what's going to happen. Everybody, here at Fake Real News, we're keeping stuff pretty much balanced, and we know what's driving the news media here. And people are, you've got a lot of believers who watch Fake Real News, and people are watching the Signs of the Times. So we're hoping that, Raheem and Bishop there, you're going to just keep doing the great job that you're doing. Keep the news rolling. Keep people feeling updated, and it doesn't get any better than Fake Real News.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Rodney said something absolutely right. It doesn't get any better than Fake Real News. We bring
There
the
you
reality of what we're dealing with. Rodney was speaking about the election itself and what we are dealing with, and I gave you some numbers of what has been reported. Like I said, in Georgia, there have been over 1 million that have already voted. Nationwide, over 14 million. but this is very critical. It's very crucial that we get out there, get involved, and vote. You can't turn around and say, well, my vote doesn't count. The only time it doesn't count is if you don't vote. Many people have lost their lives, giving us the right and the freedom to be able to go out there and let our voices be heard through the ballots. So it is very encourageable that you do that. As it relates to the town hall that Vice President Joe Biden had, and that was President Trump, and I was able to go between the two and get there, hear their views, their points, what they intend to do, what they want to do, and things of that nature. President Trump is doing his best to abolish Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. He's doing his best to do that. He's going before the courts and he's appealing to have that removed. But the question was asked last night: what do you have in place? What do you have that will that we can lean back on and be able to make sure we got the right care and coverage? He has nothing. He has nothing. What Vice President Biden is going to do, he's going to continue to build on that, which he and President Obama implemented to make it even greater. You have these people that have pre-existing conditions. They're going to continue to be able to make sure that those individuals get the care that they probably need, as well as the children. A lot of insurance companies don't want to insure individuals that have pre-existing conditions, so they would rather say, hey, we don't want to insure you, or we can't insure you because you have this problem. Well, this is what I hear Vice President Joe Biden is talking about. We have to help those, take care of those who have those underlying conditions or conditions as it relates. Everybody needs health care. And as it relates to the pharmaceutical industry, they're jacking prices up. They're making billions and or trillions of dollars, but we're suffering. We're suffering on our end because we can't afford certain health care. So we need to make sure that we go to the polls. We need to make sure that we elect the man that's going to, or the individual that's going to take care of the needs of us who are American citizens who have issues, and we need these issues addressed. We need to focus on social injustice. We need to focus on racism. We need to focus on equality. We need to focus on a lot of things. And when you get the right leader in place, then these leaders are the ones who we look for to establish legislation that's going to take care of our needs. When you take on the role of being the president of the United States, the president of, quote, as they call the free world, we look for your leadership and guidance and to implement things that's going to take care of the needs of the American people. So I tell you and I encourage you, and thank you, Rodney, for the information that you provided. Allow me to continue to just add on and impart the knowledge, the realness of what we need to be paying attention to. So I'm so thankful that DKM Media Group has implemented this program called Fake Real News to bring reality or bring the realness out of the fakeism that's being demonstrated. Back to you, Raheem.
Good deal, good deal. Now, this is what we're going to do. It's a little different. It's a little different, but we're going to end it right here, and we're going to start it over again. We're going to end it right here. We're going to start over again, like a part 2 of the second edition, because we have glitches. We had a glitch with the camera, and I want to make sure that everything is proper and everything is exact. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to start. Give us about 10 minutes. We're going to start it right back up again. Y'all have a great day, and I see you in 2 and 2. That's what they say on Love Connection. I see you in 2 and 2.